Some diners at a restaurant encountered a peculiar flavor of service recently. This is the Facebook post that emerged after an incident at a restaurant in Huntington Beach where two diners, a few friends and I went to Saint Marc's in Huntington Beach today. Here's an excerpt from it. As soon as I sat down, according to Diana Carrillo, as soon as I sat down, the waiter approached the table and without welcoming us, asked me for my proof of residency. The waiter then asked her and her friends, according to the story, and sister the same thing, adding, "I have to make sure you're from here before I serve you." These are Latina women. And so first of all, just let's stop there. That's amazing. Like just the logic in that question is in that motion is insane to me.
I just did a Google search of Saint Marc's, 3.3 stars. Okay, so no, you don't get to ask for any kind of identification until you get your reviews up. And it's still inappropriate, but let's just start with the mediocre service and food.
Right, what if they're like, wait, I need to make sure you're from here because people who are from here rate this place so poorly.
Is that what it is?
I hope you're from someplace else. You're from a place with a lower standard for culinary experiences.
So you guys are rightfully criticizing, but I'm gonna do something slightly weird, maybe it's because I'm a business owner. I kind of feel bad for the owner, and I'll tell you why.
Sure.
The story's true. He found out and he fired the guy immediately. And he's like, I didn't tell him to do that. I don't know what this crazy guy who I hired like randomly hates Latinos and is gonna ask him these crazy questions.
Yeah.
Right? So give Saint Marc's a chance. No, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm withholding judgment.
There's a fair point about the reviews. Okay, and by the way, I don't know if the reviews went down after this incident.
It's possible, right? Yeah, I got to do a comparative.
I don't know the dude. Don't get me wrong. There's no bias here, right?
Yeah. The food is great. Let me put it out there. Service,
You might be removed if you're in the wrong race, but
bring your appetite and your papers.
So now, look, the seriousness of this is there's two things going on here. One is I really believe it's true that the Trump era has given a license to bigots to come out of the closet, to come out of the racist closet. And say, no, I'm flying my flag proudly here. Okay, you look kind of,
Literally at rallies, people, in motorcades with Confederate flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that in the old days, they would have been embarrassed to do this and would have thought, well, I might get fired. Well, it turns out you're still gonna get fired, right? But they feel like empowered. Like, well, the president says things like that. He says the people coming in are criminals and rapists. What, I can't ask these people for their papers? I mean, look at them, they look slightly brown.
Yeah.
Right? But the second thing is, I don't want you to, they came out of the closet a little bit more, no question. But I don't want you to think that it like this is a new phenomenon.
Right.
And so if you're not from LA, you might be really surprised because LA area is considered generally very liberal, right? But no, there are beach towns
absolutely
in LA that have a reputation for not allowing minorities in. So now it might not be as brazen as this, but you go to a nightclub in an area like this and you're black, good luck getting in. So that is a story that is often told by African Americans in LA.
Yeah, so I live in the South Bay and I refer to it as like, it just seems like Hitler won down there. Like, it's a lot of really Aryan athletic people on the beach just having the best time.
Yeah, and look, are they Nazis? No. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck finding a deli, but that's beside the point.
But it is also not an accident that when you go out to a club in that area of LA, it looks incredibly white because every African American, not every, but almost every African American that I've run into, at least in LA, can tell you a story about being excluded from those clubs for having the wrong clothes.
Yeah.
Right? That the guy right before you had the same exact clothes, but a little slightly different skin tone.
Yeah. I went to school in these areas and I made it out, guys.
Good job.
But yeah, this is real, and I think this is definitely overt. And we've seen other kind of outward displays of racism in different other professions, and people are getting fired. So I don't know that other folks are getting the message about their racist displays, but it will get you fired. This reminds me of that black veteran who was asked to show some kind of proof of identification at Chili's, right? Like, like I'm not going to give you this free cheesy skillet, unless you prove to me that you are. Essentially, it's like you're not American. I don't believe you were a soldier. And I think it's, again, these schemas for like who fits in and who's, and it's all race.
Yeah, so Jesse Jackson told this powerful story that even back when I was a Republican affected me. He told a story about how his father served in World War II, and then they had done a great job. They captured a bunch of Nazis, and then they were all going on a train together, and the black soldiers had to sit behind the Nazis, because the Nazis were white and the black American soldiers were black. So they were still inferior to the effing Nazis in the minds of the people who enforce that segregation. So that is devastating. So it's not a new phenomenon.
Sure.
At the same time, it was a little bit better when they hid in the closet. Yeah. So when now they're coming out like.
Yeah, we gotta shame them. You have to shame,
Shame.
There's been an unshaming of white supremacy since Trump has taken office, and we have to reshame all of you.
That's right, and I've got a sound for that too.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
There's the bell.
That's exactly what the owner said right before he fired the guy.
Yeah, they also offered them, this is great, management contacted the women on Monday offering them a VIP experience at the restaurant and pledging to donate 10% of the weekend's proceeds to a nonprofit organization. So that's nice. I get the owners like, listen, I just opened a restaurant.
Yeah.
But like, I love the VIP experience. It'll be so important. No one will ask for proof of residency. That's how important a person you'll feel like.
Yeah, that immediately made me think. Wait, there's a VIP experience at these restaurants.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that happened.
Who's been getting it? Is the question.
Yeah. Can I try the VIP experience? Podcast The Young Turks anytime you want. TYTnetwork.com/join.
I think it's weird.
No, it's not weird. In fact, you'll think,
I'm like a smart person.
do it now. TYTnetwork.com/join.